welcome to Money Mindset series. So this week we have Denise Wong with us. So Denise, can you maybe share with us a little bit about yourself?
Hi Rachel. Hi everyone who is watching this. I am Denise Wong. I just a little bit about myself. I have a day job, a full-time job, and a part-time job. So my full-time job is basically I'm an employee in a company, and I am in charge of professional relations. So I talk to our clients and things like that, manage our relationships with them. And then my part-time job, I run the Denise Wong Show. You can find me on Facebook. Just key in the Denise Wong Show. So my aim ultimately is to swap my part-time job into a full-time job and then quit my current full-time job. Make sense?
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. So this being the Money Mindset series, right? So we are going to talk about money. So the first question that I always ask my, the interviewees is, what does money mean to you? So Denise, what does money mean to you?
Actually, money means a certain kind of lifestyle. Money also means freedom, actually. So lifestyle and freedom, yeah, the ability to basically do whatever you want, whenever you want. I think for me, that is what money means.
So money to you means lifestyle and freedom. And is that also, because when we talk about what money means to us, there's also an underlying set of beliefs as well. So is that what you believe money can do for you also?
Yes, that is what I believe money can do for me, because by a certain kind of lifestyle, I mean, for example, if you are I think a lot of people who are in the, let's say, not exactly high income earners, sorry. When we buy something or we want something, whether it's the latest gadget or makeup, etc., we always look at the price tag, you see. Or house or car, whatever it is, you're always looking at a price tag. So for me, having money would mean that I no longer have to look at the price tag, and my decision can be solely made on the value of the product and what kind of convenience or value it brings to my life versus, oh, this is costing this much, so therefore I cannot afford it and I'm not going to get it.
Okay, so that's an interesting way of looking at it. You look at the value of the item as opposed to the price tag. And these two are different things to you, right? Price tag is the number, and the value of the product is how much it
means
brings
to me.
you, how much it means to you. So can you share with us a little bit about what are some of the money habits that has been working for you?
My last time before I met my husband, I have very poor money managing habits. It's not that I don't know how to manage. I just didn't want to get around doing it because it's so troublesome. And then when I look at finance and spreadsheet, it gives me a headache immediately, like within 5 seconds, it gives me a headache already. So I just, it's like a financial ostrich. I don't look at it, therefore it does not exist. And then I would always be one of those that has no savings, and at the end of the month, I don't go for credits and stuff like that, but at the end of the month, typically I have $0 left or close to $0, right? So the money habit that my husband introduced to me was that we actually spent a long, torturous afternoon. It was torturing for him because I was so upset, not upset, I was just so 忙张, so frustrated. In like 5 minutes within the exercise, that I was just taking out all my anger, and he's like, don't I don't do this. But basically the whole afternoon we spent was having an Excel, basically working out how much I need for my expenses every month, how much I plan to save, how much I have coming in every month, and things like that. And then deciding and then opening up a new account. So previously, how it worked was that the income will go straight away to, I only have one bank account. So the income will go straight away to one bank account, and then, I just spend from there, basically. So, but then after that, I had a new bank account. That was my savings account. So what happened is that my salary is now credited to my savings account. And then the expenses which we have worked out is then transferred out to my expenses account. So I don't touch my savings account. I think this habit has really helped me a lot. I mean, I found it really terrible and so frustrating to set it up at the beginning. But now that there's a system in place, right, it really, really helps because I don't even need to look at it or think about it.
That's true.
Yeah, that is the money habit that has helped.
That's true. Very good. And a lot of us, maybe for some of the viewers that are watching this as well, it could be a lot of knowledge, but sometimes it's the application that takes a longer time. And like what you mentioned, it can be a little bit frustrating to set it up in the beginning. So I'm curious as to how long has that habit started and how is that working out for you?
I think it started shortly after we got married. So I guess about 2.5 years, 2 to 3 years lah, I think. And it's working out very well. So now I have savings and I am able to do very small investments in REITs that doesn't require a large amount of down payment. So right now I have savings, we have a household account. So now everything is split very well, and I would say that this habit is working out very well for me because from no savings to some savings.
That's good. That's good. Small steps forward are always an improvement, right? Yeah. So, as with all things in life, they are all good and bad experiences. So, I would like to touch on the other aspect of it. Where are there any money lessons that you have experienced in the past and that you're open to share with us?
Money used to be a very painful thing for me because there was a period of time. My dad used to be a businessman, and then was it 97? 97 was the big economic crash, right? Was it 97? Well, like some years now. So anyway, then of course he ran into some difficulties in his business, and because the business was his baby, he started it from scratch. So he pumped me a lot of his own personal funds inside, etc., etc. So long story short is that he filed for bankruptcy. So it was a very traumatic experience for the family. For the entire family, it was a very traumatic experience because you have debtors who, come to the door and then they make a lot of noise, etc., etc. And then the bank will come and, because they basically have to auction your stuff away. So they came in and stuck, I don't know what stickers were they, some stickers that states that this is the property of the bank and so on and so forth lah. So it was a very traumatic experience for the family, and it taught me that money is just a concept at the end of the day, but it is necessary in our current society. And from there, I also learned that money can, if you do not manage it properly, right, it can bring a lot of pain to not just you, but to the people around you. I think that's the most important part. Yeah. So that was a very good lesson for me that must always have money. That's the end of that's like the moral story. Must always have money with you.
That's good. And thank you for sharing that very personal part of your life with us.
So after my dad disowned me, but never mind lah, it's okay.
Oh, I will tag you when this video is out as well. So yeah. So
okay, wait. Since you're tagging me, this part you must add in also. My dad has been discharged already, so he's no longer bankrupt person. So there's history already, okay?
Good. The redemption part is important as well. Yeah.
This came out in front of my parents were like, what? This daughter slapped her face.
Okay, cool. So again, thank you for sharing that part of your story, personal story, and life with us. So I want to move on a little bit about retirement because as with when usually when people think about money, a lot of it is being linked up to retirement. And so, or rather, actually, it's the other way around. When people think about retirement, people think about money, obviously. So, what is retirement to you?
Retirement means being able to enjoy life, because I see a lot of people who work very, very hard, right? And then after that, they put their heart and soul and mental and physical health into their jobs, right? Into their families. And then after that, when they grow old, and then suddenly there is nothing to do, and they realize that they don't have enough money set by for retirement, and it ends up that they have the time, but they do not have that capacity to do what that dream holiday they have always wanted to go on, whatever it is lah. Plus, usually as you get older, you have a lot of other health issues, which will, of course it's also a sort of expense, right? So it also requires money. Yeah, so a lot of people I've seen is they do not have enough set by. So after they spend their medical expenses, right, and instead of living the fulfilling, happening life that they've always dreamed about, when you're going OT, you're thinking, okay, then when I retire, I can go on holiday and blah 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 blah. Instead of living the life that they are dreaming about, they are now just sad and lonely, and they sit at the park all day long, or the kopitiam all day long, just waiting for the time to go by. I've seen a lot of people like that, and it's a bit sad. So yeah, money and retirement is definitely very linked, and you need to think about it.
So do you have when it comes to retirement, do you have a hard stop, or what does it, how do you envision your retirement for you?
My retirement would be lots of traveling, I guess. I just throw all my children to one side and then just travel with my husband. I'll travel alone. I'll travel with my girlfriend. Don't care. I just travel. I love traveling, and I think I love traveling. I love all kinds of experiences. So when traveling, I want to try backpacking. Which doesn't require a lot of money actually, right? But I also want to try like flying first class, staying in not luxury hotel. It's not enough, I want to stay in like the best suite they have. Then you get your own butler and concierge, right? I mean that's the whole point, right? I don't know, that's the whole point for me lah. So then I can get to choose the kind of experience I want versus having to look at the price tag. So it comes down again to being able to do what you want without just having to look at the price tag. That's it.
Wow. So it's about doing ability to do what you want, and what you want is more of the experience part as well, as opposed to not looking at the numbers. Yeah.
Correct.
Wow, that's very amazing. Okay, so towards the end of the interview, I always ask my interviewees to end off. The last question is, what is the best money advice that you have received?
The best money advice I have received, I don't know, this is to the viewers out there. I don't know at what stage of financial journey you're on. Maybe you're a very financially savvy person, or maybe you're just like me, like a noob lah, like a financial ostrich. If you are a noob, then I'm also a noob. So one noob to another, I can tell you the best advice, the best thing you can do for yourself is to have separate accounts. It's very important. That's what I have learned. So have a savings account and have an expenses account. And I realized that a lot of my peers, what we do is we spend first, then whatever is left over, you save. Don't do that. Set aside the amount that you want to save, and then your expenditure, you can always cut it a little bit. I mean, it's a bit painful, but it beats like when you're old and then you're just sitting there at the kopitiam, just wasting your life away, right? So start now, start early, separate your accounts, separate your finances. If you find it torturous and painful, then look for Rachel lah,
Thank you.
Right?
Thank you. So yes, thank you for the advertisement there. So based on what you said, I'm going to ask one more question on what you shared earlier with regards to setting a savings goal. So I'm also curious, how do you set your savings goal, and how do you determine how much? Like, to some people who, of course, some people go by percentages, but to some people, like maybe $10 is very good, so I'll just set aside $10. Or to some people, $1,000 is not even enough. So for you, how do you determine what is the savings goal that you have?
Anyway, for me, it's a percentage. So this is my husband's method lah. So I'm of course brainwashed by him, right? Because it's the financially savvy one. I like the financially not savvy one at all. So basically, he goes by percentages, and a lot of the things that we do, whether it's contribution to our household account, it's all done by percentages. So for me, actually, you ask me now what percentage I save, I also forget already. But there's some golden rule, is it 10 to 20% of whatever I think net So we work that amount out, then expenses, we work out like how much I spend on food, how much I spend on Grab. Grab is like a huge part of my expenses. Terrible. Grab and whatever it is lah. So after that, so so for me it's a percentage. But I think if you are looking at thinking about where to start, right? You think about your goal at the end. You always start with the end in mind, you see. What is it exactly that you want to achieve by when? You have to break it down. And if you really are not very good in numbers, then you get someone to help you. I mean, sometimes people don't talk about finances and money because it's something that they deem as sensitive or whatever. But if you are unable to do it, then if you don't get help, you're just going to continue in the same situation, which may not be helpful to you in the end. So you really just start with your end in mind. Work out how much, what kind of life you want, how much would that cost, how many years you have, and it's right. You just divide by how many years you have and then how many months. So it's very simple. Just use a
So
calculator. You know this is a calculator, right? You just use it. Divide, then you already know how much you need
very good.
every
That's a
month.
very simple method and practical method, and that is what you have done for yourself as well, right? You are
That's
sharing
what I
basically.
forced my husband to do for me.
That's good. So it's something that you have experienced, and you have asked your husband to do it for you, but eventually you benefit from the result of it as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he also benefit because when he's very sensitive to numbers and finance. So if let's say he sees the way I spend, right, he gets like heart attack. So when now he knows that there's a system in place, I have savings in place, it also helps him because he feels a lot more safer and surer. Since now we are married, right? So our finances, our life basically is tied together lah. Whatever I will go through is whatever he's going to go through. So yeah, it also helps him. Okay, it helps him to feel safer.
That's true. That's true. Finances between couples and families are very, very important as well. So with that, I'll end off the interview. Thank you so much, Denise, for joining us. Is there anything else that you want to add?
No. Not yes. Actually, it's something else I want to add. Thank you for having me here, Rachel. First of all, go and like Rachel's page, Expense Concierge Solutions. And then, of course, go and like my page also, the Denise Wong Show. The Denise Wong Show, Rachel will tag me later. So anyway, yeah, that I think that's about it lah. Just like our pages lah, like our pages, okay?
Okay, thank you so much, Denise. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Rachel. Bye.
Bye.